Yes, I know some people are always wondering, why does she always say welcome and it's your girl Nnenna Madu? Yes, I understand, but the plan for Office Talks is for it to go global. So soon you're going to be hearing, hello everyone, welcome to Office Talk. It's your girl Nnenna, it's your guy Tobe, and stuff like that. Anyways, let's get to the business of the day. How are you doing? Hope you're doing great. How is the lockdown treating you? I know it's not even funny. Personally, for me, it's not funny that I'm still staying at home, but we need to do this. I feel like this pandemic, I can refer to it as a war. Like, we need to stay safe so that we can pass through this. All this roaming about doesn't help anybody. It just increases the numbers and extends the time that we are going to stay at home. So how is everyone doing? Hope you're doing fine. Hope everything is great. I trust that everything is just going to work out fine. So no problem with that. So the last 2 weeks, we've been having fun on Office Talks, but now we are back to serious business and serious talks. And today, we are going to be talking about cost-saving strategies in this COVID-19. So what are the things that your office needs to be doing to cut costs in this time so that they can save costs? Yes. So number one, you need to save power. Stop going to your office to go and host management meeting. I mean, if you have like 70% of your staff working from home, what is the point going to the office to go and do your meetings? Like, in this technology time that we have things like Skype, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and every other thing that you can think of, what is the point of going to the office to go and do these meetings? Like, it's just wasting your time and it's wasting money. So what is wasting money? Now you're going to invite some management staff, about 30% of them, to show up at work. No problem. That's what you're doing, right? Okay, let me break it down for you. You're going to pay for diesel because there's probably not going to be lights, or the NEPA light is not going to even carry your office. So you're going to pay for diesel. If your gen is running every day because you are hosting management meeting and all whatnot, that means you're going to budget for servicing your generator. Yes, and then you're going to pay extra security. So assuming nobody goes to work and your office is completely shut down, that means your physical office is completely shut down. You're only going to have to pay for maybe one security guy that is looking after the building. But if you keep showing up, you're going to need more than one security to show up and to be guiding you or guiding your gate, or guiding you from authorities or whatever it is. So you're going to be paying those ones. The cleaners, you are also going to pay cleaners. So assuming your office was completely shut down, you could have an arrangement where one cleaner comes every other day to clean the office. But if you keep showing up every day, that means the cleaners have to come in more than once. They have to come in every day, and it cannot be just one cleaner because your management staff still are around. So you're going to pay for 2 cleaners, you're going to pay for more than one security man, you're going to pay them every day instead of every other day, or saving costs for like half a month. So it doesn't make sense that 70% of your staffs are at home and you and your management staffs, or you alone, you are still going to the office. Like, can you just write down what it is that you cannot do at home? That because if it's something very operational, I'm not sure you're supposed to do it at home, in the office anyways. You're supposed to be in the field. Like, if it's operational, it has to be filled, except you're an essential worker. But if you're not an essential worker, if you don't work in the hospitals, if you don't work in if you don't sell supermarkets and markets and all those stuff, then there is no need for you to appear or to show up in your office. Opening your office, it doesn't help anyone. It's just going to keep piling money that you're supposed to save and probably use to pay your staffs. You're using it to run diesel, to pay security, to pay cleaners, and to just overall waste time, fuel, those fuel money, that transportation to go to the office. So I feel like if you cut that out, you're going to be saving yourself some money. Let me ask you, does your company have a re-strategizing team that are working towards the short and long-term strategy for this season? Like, Does your office have that? You need to bring people in place. You need to put staffs in place, a group of people that are a team that can re-strategize and come up with long-term and short-term decision or strategies for this season. Yes, you need to have like a temporary vision and a temporary mission for your office. And while at that, please communicate it with your staff. This is not the time for you to be doing coded or be doing it is at top level or top management level and stuff like that. Your staff need to know what's up with the company, what is going down, like all the strategies and all the re-evaluation, so that they can brace up for what is coming. You cannot just say, oh, don't talk to them, keep quiet, don't say anything to your staff. You will not be helping anyone, and it will make you overall, you will know how you will cut down costs by communicating this effectively. So yes, you need to have a strategizing team this period. Everybody needs to be up and doing. So another thing I would say is that you need to automate your business, that people might lose their jobs because their jobs is being taken over by computers. But that's not actually what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you should automate your business as much as possible. So here's the strategy that I feel like you should be doing. This is my strategy. So list out the services that are rendered in your offices. Now break down the services to the ones that need humans to operate it and the ones that need humans to maintain it. Those ones that need human maintenance, please automate it as much as possible. There are so many AI softwares out there that you can patronize. There are even some that probably are free, softwares that can be automated, that are free, that you can use. So I'm not saying that you should kill people. So if, like, for example, all those ones that need just human maintenance and not necessarily human presence, let's just say like there are 5 staffs in a team, you can say, okay, 5 people should not be doing this anyways if it is fully automated. I am not saying that you should kill people with work. I am just saying that make sure you are fully automated these services or these jobs with a proper AI, artificial intelligence software or network. And then out of those 5, you can get 2 people to maintain these things at these AI services at the back. So what will happen is, I'm not saying, okay, what will happen to the remaining 3 that are in the 5? So you can do some sort of rotation. So for example, if 5 of these staffs earn 50K, and this is just example, in a month, that is about 250,000 naira. So for nobody to lose their job, you can come to an agreement and to a rotation kind of plan and say, okay, 2 people are going to maintain this for 2 weeks, another 2 are going to maintain it for the other 2 weeks. So that means you are going to divide their salaries and make it a 50%, since they're going to be working 2 weeks alone for you. So what you can do is that when you say those 2 people, you end up paying them 25,000, 50,000. After that, by week or in 2 weeks time, the next 2 we do theirs and they get 25,000. And this is just an example. At the end of the day, you have spent 100,000 instead of 250,000, and you have probably used maybe 50,000 to pay for the services of that AI, and that means 150,000, you have saved yourself 100,000 naira. Yes, so this is the mathematics and the logic behind it. So at least those people that they know that they're dedicated to this work for 2 weeks, they can use the other 2 weeks to probably find something else to do. Just tell yourself the truth. Except you have a proper inflow of operation, a proper inflow of cash, and you're cashing out, then there might not be any need for you to do any of this. But if your company is going to be suffering from so much and being hit hard at this pandemic, let's tell ourselves the truth. This pandemic is war. Nobody expects to, in fact, anybody that is seeing anything, if anybody sends money to me now, I will be so grateful, because nobody is supposed to expect or be entitled entitled to anything at this moment, especially if you're not giving value. But please, I am not saying that you should not pay those that are giving you value. If your staff, if you have staff that their hands are on deck and you are sure that they are not just relaxing at home and they are doing this job, please pay them and pay them what you need to pay them. But if it's a situation whereby a service can be automated and we not need humans to operate on it full time and they need only human maintenance, I'm sorry, there is no point for you to have so many people on doing that job and spending so much money when there is no inflow of cash. That is just my opinion about this. So I have to get off for this point that I want to make, so in case anybody wants to attack me, I can run away. So another point that I want to make is allowances reduction. So for you to cut costs in this period of this pandemic, like, I know this is a very painful thing for me to talk about, especially as it may affect me. I mean, scratch that, it affects me too if I'm going to be talking about it. But I am talking to all those businesses that are probably struggling and thinking of how to pay their staffs, how maybe not to pay their staffs and stuff like that. What are they going to do about payment? They're not making much, there is no inflow, so what's the point of paying these people? Okay, can you look into, I am assuming that the salaries that you're paying your staffs is a combination of various allowances, right? So can you look into the salaries and the allowances? Like, okay, apart from the basic salary, which I feel you should pay since it's like a basic salary, can you cut down on transportation allowances, wardrobe allowances, you know, holiday allowances, newspaper allowances? Can you look into the allowances of your staff and cut out all those allowances? I mean, if they are working from home, they do not need any transportation allowance. Nobody is interested in buying new clothes now, and nobody is interested in dressing up. There is no place you are wearing your clothes to. There is no holiday anyways. Everywhere is locked down. It's a global pandemic. So there is no need for a holiday allowances. I mean, for now, it's just on hold. I am not saying fully cut it down. I'm just saying for now, can you cut down on the allowances? This will even, because I realize that it's mostly management staffs that get most of all these big allowances. So this is not to hate on management staff, but this is because if you cut down those staffs, those allowances, the junior staffs might even have a go to, you know, getting their basic salaries. So what's the point of having these allowances at this period, except again if you have huge inflow of cash and huge operations that are happening in your office? Don't be a boss that goes outside and on the streets of social media doing COVID relief and giving out food and stuff for free when you cannot pay your staff. It does not make any sense. Like, I saw someone that pledged to the government for 10 million naira, and your staffs, all their salaries put together, is not even up to 10 million. But meanwhile, you've shut down your business and you've told your staff that you're not going to pay them for this April. I mean, like, it's not fair, because these staffs are going to be at home, they have families that they are feeding, and you are supposed to be helpful to them and not helpful to the streets of social media. So yes, that is the point for this one. So another point that I'm going to be making is maximizing your staffs at this period. You need to make use of your staffs. You need to task your staffs to bring up innovative ideas, especially via technology. This is for those that are finding it hard, that are not even planning to pay your staffs. So you can pay them for something else. How can they impact? How can the business grow technology wise? Most of these staffs are social media savvy, influencers on social media, and you're not really making use of them. Stop depending on only management staffs to bring up these ideas. Tax your staff. You can even tell them that, oh, if you bring these ideas, you stand to get paid. At least it shifts the forward-thinking ones from those ones that are relaxed and just lying down at home and are not doing anything. It sieves them and shifts them, and everybody will know that at least you're being fair. You do not have a lot of money to pay them now, but if they can be forward-thinking enough for the business, you need to ask the right questions. You need to, so that you can get the right solution. Give them the right task so that they can get you the right and the forward-thinking solutions. This way, you will find out that you are saving costs. You're shifting those ones that are not forward-thinking with those ones that are forward-thinking, and you're bringing up innovative ideas that will help your overall business technological wise. So you should try it and see how that saves you money, gets you ideas, and you see that at least you know who your forward-thinking staffs are. So make sure you're maximizing your staff, all of them, from the highest top level to the most junior level. Make sure you're maximizing them. So another thing that I'm going to be talking about is, I am assuming that you have held on to the procurement of most of those administrative things that you use in the office. So if you haven't done that, you need to cancel it. You need to hold on procurement stuff like the papers, the A4 papers, the printers. This is why you shouldn't even be working at home. This is why you shouldn't even be working in the office in the first place. If you're working at home, you do not need all these papers. You do not need all these inks for printer. You do not need even. You can look around and find your pen, your lost pen. All these pens, stapler pens, administrative, all those things that you use in the office to do administrative jobs. You need to hold on you need to hold on all of these items. In fact, I feel at this time, what you should be more invested in is the computer, your internet usage. You should be invested in apps and softwares. Make sure you are backing your cloud. Make sure you have a cloud that you are backing all your jobs. There is no need for you to be printing things. Trust me, those papers are money. Those A4 papers that we use in spending things, if you cut down on them, you can only imagine the amount of money that you will be saving your company. So you need to cut down on those papers, those accessories to work, and hold on from them at this point. Hold on from purchasing them at this point. Make sure in these times you can even turn any document to PDF and sign electronically and send back and even date it. So what's the point of trying to print out papers at this time? You need to hold on and do it at the most minimal or to 0 to 0, like 0 to 1 over 10. Like you need to stop you need to hold on the procurement of all those stuff like papers and staple pins and pens and things like that, and ink. So it will save you a lot of money if you're not doing those kind of work that entail that. Make sure you are doing it in your computer. All you need to do is to do it in your computer and save it via cloud so that everybody can have access to it. You should make sure you're backing up your document, because if your computer should spoil, or if you should break, you don't want to imagine what can happen. So yes, make sure you're backing. Make sure to eliminate to the most minimal any job or any department that the cost of its operation exceeds the value that it brings. Even if I know that it brings value, even if I know that the value is probably necessary, eliminate to the even if you do not eliminate, try to cut it down to the most minimal. As far as at this period of COVID, the cost of its operation is exceeding the value that it brings, you need to cut it down. Do you want to find out how to eliminate work effectively? Then you should be watching my next video. Honestly, it's going to be fun. It's going to be mind-blowing. So thank you for watching. We've come to the very end of this episode. Yes, I hope with the few points that I've given that you have a cost-saving strategy for this pandemic for your company. Please share your opinion by liking, commenting, sharing this video, and let me know what your take on what I've discussed is all about. Till next time, you guys, see you, and thank you for joining.